Alright guys, if you can step up from the right hand side for me please. Right hand side. Alright guys, if you can step up from the right hand side for me please. Right hand side. From all over the world and all over the states come to visit us here at Ruby Falls. And we'd like to start off just getting where everybody's from. I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee, born and raised right here. As I go down the line, you might just saying where you're from? Either. Murfreesboro. Alright, Murfreesboro, you have an important job. At certain stops around Murfreesboro, are you there? You're going to yell something back at me. This helps me keep everybody together and also make sure everyone can hear me so everybody gets the same tour. You're going to be my caboose. Does that sound good? Alright, Murfreesboro, count on me. I need you to yell really loud so I can hear you. I can't continue until I hear you. Alright? And guys, follow me. We're going to take photos right here, join the group up ahead, and we'll be on our way.
Come on, come over here to your right. We'll stop right here.
Make your wish.
Okay, everybody, get this way. You can see one of the two TVs. Alright, guys, I know y'all came to see a waterfall, but we're going to watch a movie first. Ben Hur's 3 hours long. Just kidding. We're going to watch a short video about the history of Ruby Falls. Please pay attention, there will be a test.
Welcome to historic Ruby Falls. We're glad you're here. Your elevator brought you down 260 feet into the very heart of historic Lookout Mountain. Dominating the skyline of Chattanooga, rising up from the banks of the Tennessee River and stretching 80 miles southwest into Georgia and Alabama, Lookout Mountain features extensive cave systems, including the Lookout Mountain Cave. Throughout history, the natural opening of the Lookout Mountain Cave on the banks of the Tennessee River allowed easy access for early Native Americans in the region, whose folklore and legends included tales of miles of underground passageways, bottomless pits, subterranean rivers, underground waterfalls, and lakes. This same cave was used by both Union and Confederate forces during Civil War battles in the Chattanooga area, perhaps most notably as a temporary hospital. As Chattanooga became a large railroad hub for the South, it became necessary to construct a tunnel through the end of Lookout Mountain to provide rail access from Nashville to Chattanooga. During the construction of this railroad tunnel in 1905, the Lookout Mountain Cave entrance was intersected and sealed off from outside access. Leo Lambert, a young man living in Chattanooga, had played in Lookout Mountain Cave with his friend Jimmy Fuller for years. In 1923, Mr. Lambert began investigating the concept of drilling an elevator shaft into the side of Lookout Mountain in an effort to reach the old Lookout Mountain Cave and potentially reopen it to the public. On November 1st, 1928, the process of drilling the elevator shaft to open this cave was started, a prospect which carried a price tag of $25,000. A total of 3 crews working 8-hour shifts labored around the clock, garnering 5 feet of progress for every 24 hours of work. 2 months of drilling into solid limestone rock. At the 260-foot level, a gush of air rose up through the shaft as the jackhammer hit a void in the rock. Upon further drilling and inspection, a small opening into a previously unknown chasm was discovered. This opening, measuring 2 feet high and 4 feet wide, was immediately explored by Lambert, his friend Jimmy Fuller, and a small crew. They disappeared into the chasm and were gone 17 hours. Upon their return, Lambert excitedly told of the discovery of amazing geological formations and the existence of an enormous waterfall. A few days later, Lambert re-entered this newfound cave with his wife Ruby and christened this natural wonder with her name, Ruby Falls. Drilling continued to the 420-foot mark, where the shaft intersected the Lookout Mountain cave as expected 90 days after drilling began. In total, 15,000 pounds of dynamite was used to loosen 5 million pounds of limestone, which was removed from the shaft one bucketful at a time. That same rock was reclaimed and used to build the cavern castle, as well as develop the cave trails. On December 30th, 1929, 14 months after drilling began, the Lookout Mountain cave was open to the public, while construction of the newfound Ruby Falls cave continued. On June 16, 1930, Ruby Falls Cave was open to the public and quickly grew to overshadow the popularity of the old Lookout Mountain Cave tour. In 1935, tours of the Lookout Mountain Cave were halted because of the enormous popularity of the Ruby Falls Cave and its unusual features, including, of course, the waterfall itself. Since its grand opening, Ruby Falls has hosted millions of people from all corners of the earth. As you journey from this point, you will eventually reach the spectacular 145-foot waterfall at a depth of 1,120 feet underground. This makes Ruby Falls the deepest commercial waterfall in the United States. Ruby Falls is also listed in the National Register of Historic Places because of its economic impact on the neighboring community. As you move through the cave, we ask you to please stay with your guide, follow the safety instructions you're given, and enjoy this natural wonder, Ruby Falls.
It's a real tearjerker, isn't it? Alright guys, just wanted to point out right here, this is where Lee Lambert first had to crawl through. That was the original ceiling, and that was the original floor. Crawled for 7 hours of the 17 hours he was down here. A couple days later, came down here with his wife Ruby Lambert, and I bet after crawling 7 hours, he'd better name this place after her. Alright guys, we're going to go over safety. Tall folks, watch your heads. Short folks, watch your tall folks hit their heads. There are some parts of the cave that are a bit wet and may be a bit slippery. We ask you to please watch your step in these areas. You have signs and handrails in some of them. Please no running in the cave, no climbing in the cave. We also ask you not chew gum in the cave. It just falls out people's mouths, gets everywhere, it's very difficult to clean. We also ask you not smoke or vape in the cave. We're in an enclosed area. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, and it damages formations. There are going to be other groups in the cave with us. Those who have seen the waterfall and are on their way back, we call them survivors. Being of survivors the right of way, if I see them, I'm going to ask you to step to the left or to the right. We'll let them on by because they have the right of way. Once we see the waterfall, we'll have the right of way, and we'll get out of here. It's always faster out than it is in, just in case any of y'all were wondering. There is one exception to being a survivor and having the right of way. I'll tell you all about it once we're there. And Murfreesboro, you mind raising your hand for me, please? Murfreesboro is going to be our caboose at certain stops. Murfreesboro, are you there? They're going to yell something back at me. This helps me keep everybody together and also make sure everyone can hear me because I want everybody to have the same tour. I can't continue until I know the last person's with me. But yeah, it helps me bring back at least 99% of people for my insurance company. Yeah, don't worry, there's not 100 people in here. No. All right, guys. Let's see here. That's everything. If you have any questions, say Ezra. I have a question. I'll try and answer it to the best of my ability. All right, guys. Follow me. And please don't touch the formations.
ว่าขึ้นไม่เลยทั้งหลุมที่เมืองไทยมันเป็นที่หินเนี่ยแล้วมันเป็นสูงแบบนี้แล้วมันไม่เท่าไหร่มันมีหน้าตามันมีหน้าตา
We will have your survivors passing by pretty soon, so just go on the left-hand side. That's here. Thank you. All right, while we're here, I just wanted to go ahead and point out there's a large formation called the cactus and the candle. The cactus and the candle is the only formation in the cave that you are allowed to touch. So as you walk by it, feel free to pat it, slap it. Just don't lick it. It's a really bad idea. A lot of people have been down here today that have touched this rock, so keep that in mind. Now we're going to listen to a recording as these people pass on by, and then we'll continue onward. Before we start though, I do want to check my caboose. Is Murfreesboro back there?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I can hear somebody yelling, so I'm assuming that is good.
I know you are when you see.
For the Diary of Leo Lambert, December 31st, 1928. We were all amazed at the incredible things we observed in this new area. We originally entered the caverns through a small opening at the elevator shaft, and we crawled for 7 hours until we could finally stand up. We eventually found our way to a geological wonder. There are formations all around. One looks like a large wax candle, another one like a cactus. I spent my life studying formations, but I have never seen anything like this. Stalactites growing from the ceiling or overhead throughout this area, and stalagmites coming up from the ground, as well as columns where the two meet and join together. Further ahead, we found unusual formations that look like a chandelier and a totem pole. There's even one that Jimmy said looked like the north end of a southbound donkey. One column looks as if it's made from onyx. We continued onward.
You may touch these formations as you pass, but we ask that you not touch any other formations in the cave. Today, there is a state law against riding on, defacing, or breakage of formations in caves.
Alrighty guys, we left the water running back there. You guys are good to go. You're very welcome. You have fun, guys. Against the wall, please. Thank you.
All right, my group. Whoever gets the most high fives gets to see a waterfall then.